From Wikipedia, Final Fantasy is a 1987 role-playing video game developed and published by Square for the Nintendo Entertainment System. It is the first game in Square's Final Fantasy series, created by Hironobu Sakaguchi. The story follows 4 youths called the Warriors of Light, who each carry one of their world's 4 elemental crystals, which have been darkened by the 4 elemental fiends. Together they quest to defeat these evil forces, restore light to the crystals, and save their world. The Pixel remasters feature rearranged music supervised by original composer Nobuo Uematsu, redrawn sprite art by original artist Kazuka Shibuya, an updated user interface, additional content such as an illustration gallery and bestiary, and other enhancements. Hello everyone, Morgie Roy here. In case you couldn't tell, this is going to be a review of my playthrough of the first Final Fantasy game. I really enjoyed playing through it, and I knew at the end that I would be doing a review for it. So I'm very excited to share my thoughts and my reactions to this game. Before we start, helpful chat members that I want to thank who helped me through this playthrough: Cranberry, Christian Hooper, and Salt Merchant. I'd like to thank all 3 of you for your tips throughout my playthrough. They really helped a lot, and they helped me if I ever got lost, and gave me some warnings about things that I might not realize and get stuck on. So I appreciate you watching, and I appreciate your help through this playthrough. Despite being a fan of Final Fantasy, the list of Final Fantasy games I have beaten is actually quite short. I have played a lot of them, but I've only actually beaten 7, 10, 10-2, and now 1. Technically, I played the Pixel remaster of the game, which had a lot of quality of life improvements and bonuses, such as turning off random encounters when I wanted to explore, and having an XP and money boost, as money is very important in this game, for weapons, magic, and armor. Learn Asunder for them. What's this do? Wars one enemies. Puts all enemies to sleep. Definitely for that. I ran out of money. These updates made streaming it a lot more enjoyable for me and people who are watching. And it is how I would recommend always playing this game to anyone who wants to in the future. I found playing through Final Fantasy I to be a very enjoyable experience. It was nostalgic, frequently funny, not always on purpose, and after playing so many other Final Fantasy games with complicated character arcs and plots, charming in its simplicity. Your main characters don't ever speak, and NPCs rarely react as if they have spoken, so it gives the impression that the 4 heroes are grunting and gesturing their way through the world in order to communicate with others. The remaster is also made with so much attention and obvious care. The effects are quite beautiful, as well as the sprites. One of my favorites being good old White and Black Mage giving the middle finger whenever we won a battle. And the newly arranged musical score constantly had me commenting how nice it was to sing and hum to. There wasn't one over here. Cool. Giant's Cave. Oh! This is from Final Fantasy IX! This is the volcano music in Final Fantasy IX. I love this music. Do 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 do. Do do do. This music's so good. Do 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 do. I really have to stop singing to the music. It's just so good. Do 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 do. Every area I went into that had a new track had me turning off the encounters just so I could listen to a bit to the music as I walked around. Also, as someone who's played a fair amount of Final Fantasy XIV, so many times I was excited to say, "Oh, I know this song from this area." I also love some of the sound effects in this game. Doors opening, chests opening, that one enemy attack that sounds like a gun. They're all delightful. Isn't that a gun? 1 second, isn't a Desert Beretta a gun? Oh my god, it makes a gun noise? That's so funny. Now I'm going to go over the story of the game and my reactions to it, from the POV of the Warriors of Light. So if you do want to play this game and experience yourself, I suggest you do. But if you don't care about spoilers for a game that's almost 40 years old, let's get into it. The plot for the first Final Fantasy is unsurprisingly simple. It is the first one. But the story begins with 4 silent protagonists dubbed the Warriors of Light, by a prophecy of course, showing up to the kingdom of Cornelia, each having a darkened crystal of one of the 4 elements. It is not explained how these 4 got these crystals, how we became a party, or how we decided to come to Cornelia, but it doesn't seem to matter. We are here, right when we are needed, as the evil knight Garland has kidnapped the princess Sarah, and the king has asked us to rescue her. The group heads out, almost gets killed by wolves.
Yeah, they're a little strong. Yeah, they're a little strong. I believe they're missing a lot. Oh, it's not dead. We're gonna die.
We find out that you can't get revived in this game until you go to a church at low levels, and that sleeping in an inn doesn't heal the poison condition. Eventually, we make it to the Chaos Shrine and defeat Garland.
Bats! It must be Batman! I must be fighting Batman! The king will have no choice but exchange the kingdom for his daughter's life. Cornelia will be mine. Who's there? Huh, the king's lapdogs. Do you have any idea who you're messing with? This is Garland. As I know through osmosis, and also from reading his name, but I know of the character through osmosis. You really think you have what it takes to cross swords with me? Very well. I, Garland, will knock you all down. Hopefully not. Hopefully I don't die. Level 7! I'm lucky number 7. Wow. Music is intense. Okay. Let's try Thunder. Ooh, a critical. Nice. Ooh, that wasn't so bad at all. Awesome. I am Sarah, Princess of Cornelia. Words could never be enough to thank you. The bats are still here. They must just live here. He was invading their space. That's the first time anyone's ever defeated Garland, and he wasn't even that hard.
Who is just dead now, I guess. Even though Final Fantasy lore has told me he's kind of a bit more important than that. We take Princess Sarah home, and she now has a crush on all of us at the same time.
What does the loot do? What does the loot do? Missy, what does the loot do? If you wanted, you could. I mean, here in Cornelia. No, it's nothing. Now, Miss, there are 4 of us in our party. Are you interested in all 4 of us? Which is fine, I'm not judging. But you're not really talking to any specific person, so are you interested in all 4 of us? Because that's okay. Like, polyamory is a thing, I need to know what you're asking for specifically.
But instead of saying it out loud, she gives us a loot. Then we go north over the bridge that the king was just waiting for a good reason to finish building. And they build it surprisingly quickly.
Someone else. Orders from His Majesty. We're to do our part to fulfill Lucan's prophecy. Woo, we're rebuilding! Definitely would happen this fast. Especially the stonework. Jesus. You go, guys. You guys are not paid well enough, I don't think, for the speed. I assume this is like over the course of several days. And they're just doing a montage, but it's pretty funny to think it's just done in that amount of time. What does this bridge have to do with the prophecy? The 4 warriors of light are here. They're here in Cornelia.
The group heads to Bravoka. We apparently kill some Viking pirates.
We're black mages. You've got cannonballs of steel to be taken on the great pirate. Bike? Bike? Bike. I'm gonna go with bike. Chill home, boys. Aye, aye, Captain. Make their bones go crunch. These guys did not receive a higher education. Viking pirates? I know Vikings didn't actually have horns on their helmets, but Viking pirates. Okay. He can take it. Not me. No, don't hit me. That's rude. It's rude to hit me when I'm hitting you. You're not supposed to reciprocate, you're just supposed to take it. My white mage is the team tank. The white mage looks like she's giving the middle finger. when she wins, which this guy looks like he's giving both middle fingers. I never noticed this. This is great. I love these two. They're my favorite. Yay, go away. Oh, we killed them. We murdered them in the street.
But we spare the captain named BK, pronunciation unknown, who appeases us by giving us his ship. And then he apparently just stays in Provoca forever now. We then ignored the ship and went to go find Matoya's cave, but she wouldn't talk to us because she was missing her magic crystal eye. We then traveled by the pirate ship to the south and west to get to the elven kingdom of Elfheim, where we heard of a dastardly dark elf named Astos, who cursed the prince with never-ending sleep. We also went to the village to find Link's resting place, very sad. And we found the Western Keep, where a very depressed king also blamed Astos for his current situation, asking the heroes to retrieve his crown from the Marsh Cave, where the villain is hiding. The Marsh Cave looked more like a crater than a cave, but we headed in anyway, talked to some bats, and got poisoned a lot.
Found a pit. There's a hole in the world. Is Lavos gonna be in here? That's a Chrono Trigger reference. I'm not old. Let's just save before we go in the pit.
At the bottom of the cave, there was no Astos, just some definitely not mind flayers. We took the crown back to the sad king, but he was actually Astos in disguise, and he had Matoya's eye as well. Why couldn't he have gone to get the crown himself? Shut up! The heroes defeat the gangly foe, take the eye to Matoya, who makes a potion to revive the elf prince. Hey Matoya, I got your eye. Sitting in your chair. Oh, what's this? What's this? My crystal eye. Give it here. Don't worry, I have something to give you in exchange. Take this potion. It's the most amazing potion in my entire collection. Yeah. You obtain Jolt Tonic. Oh, is that just like the things they give you to make your heart start again? Oh, I can see again. Cool. You're still here. I don't need you anymore, so be on your way. Yeah, that sounds like her. You're not as attractive as I thought you'd be. I'll let me know. He gives us the Mystic Key, and then the group travels around to open a bunch of magic doors we couldn't get in earlier, giving us lots of cool loot, as well as some nitro powder from Cornelia. We talked to the dancing lady to find out the dwarves apparently want explosive, which seems very safe. And we head over to meet them in Mount Duergar. The heroes then meet Narek, who just wants to blow things up, and we respect that. Thankfully, he doesn't flood all of his people's tunnels, as he creates a channel that we can sail our ship through to access the rest of the world. Eventually, after sailing all over the place looking for boat parking spots, we end up in the sad town of Melmond, and learned about the decay of the earth being blamed on a vampire nearby. Melmond? The vampire? Oh my god. The vampire attack, destroying our church and leaving our cities in shambles. Okay. If a vampire can get in your church, maybe it did it from the outside. Maybe they destroyed it from the outside, like using magic or a trebuchet or something. But if the vampire went into your church and did the stuff, I'm gonna rule that that's not a great church. They're kind of that's kind of their job, is to keep vampires out. One of their jobs is to keep probably vampires out. Is there nothing we can do to stop the ruination of the earth? Oh god, buddy. Relatable. There's stuff we can do, we're just not doing it. We also hear about a giant that loves to eat gems. Probably not important. Lastly, we met Dr. Une, or Un, again, pronunciation unknown, who I am also sure isn't important, being one of the few NPCs with a name. We went to get rid of the vampire, who was disguised as a bat to hide with the other, cuter bats, which was Brood. And he also didn't even bother to stand up when we fought him. After we ended his undeath, we got a star ruby from the chest behind him, and I know that there is one giant who would love to eat that. We couldn't go forward because of a slab in the ground, so we went back, fed the giant, and went behind where the giant had blocked off and met the sage Sada. He said the vampire was just a minion to the fiend of earth, and gave us a rod to get past that slab that we couldn't get past earlier. So we walked all the way back down underground to go past that and fought the fiend of earth, the Lich. After we struck him down, the earth crystal's light returned, but the three others remained dark. I went back to my informant, the dancing girl, but she had nothing else for me, so I went to the only place I could think of, a random town I had found while I was going around in my ship to different places. and the town appeared to only have 2 townspeople besides shopkeepers, until a chat member helped the heroes by telling us that there was a secret path in the side of the town. There, 12 old men, including Lucan, the prophecy guy, dropped some lore on the group. Ooh. Here? Aha! Aha! I'm so used to, like, accidentally stepping foot out of town and, like, things happen. Wow. An old man party over here. Hello. Oh, Lucan! He's the prophecy guy. Hi, Lucan. I see. I see. A cycle of wrath, a dim light, delivered by destiny, about which our entire future revolves. Ooh. 12 sages are we, guided to this land by the stars and prophecy. I don't know why this is their voice. There were 4 fiends of the elements, and the fiends of wind and water destroyed the civilization on the North Continent. As we have now defeated the Lich, the fiend of fire, Merilith, has awakened 200 years early, so we have to go to the volcano, Mount Gulg, and defeat her there too. To help, they give us a presumably flammable canoe. Okay, so what's the canoe do? Oh god, I just get into it. That startled me. That was a jump scare. Okay. Whoa. Cute! So just anytime I go to like a... Cute! Look at me go! Are there bad guys in here? What we could have used for the volcano were some fireproof shoes, because when we get there, the fire keeps toasting our tootsies. Yes. More volcano. This looks dangerous. Will these hurt me? Ah, yep. Every video game ever. Huh, if I walk on the lava, will it hurt me? The answer is yes. We struggle through and get to the Merilith to defeat her before she can make the volcano explode or something. Thus, the fire crystal is restored, and we return to Crescent Lake, big dang heroes. We then heard a rumor about a Levistone being in an ice cavern to the north, so we canoed our way up there, fell down way too many times by running around and not looking, and hurt our tootsies with ice spikes this time. Oh, gonna be one of these. Sparkles. Oh. Nice. I assume these are gonna hurt my feet. This is like icy lava. Okay. Oh. Our poor feet. Eventually we got to the Levystone and looked around for the next place to go, and found a place called the Citadel of Trials that we were at out of sequence order. So we therefore got stuck, and we had to reload our save. Aha! I landed on the northern continent. I found a place! I knew I could! What's this? What's this? What's this? I'm so excited. Citadel of Trials. Oh, this sounds like it's gonna be hard. I may have not taken the spell that gets you out of places. Which in hindsight, probably should have. Finally figuring out that we had to go find an airship in the desert. No help from the dancing lady again, but someone in chat helped me. The heroes grabbed it, and truly silly music started playing with the airship. Probably one of my favorite tracks in the game. This is so... I'm here now. That's all I have to do. Oh, well. Our untalking protagonists. Silent protagonists. Well. There we are. I have it now. Where'd it come from? Where is it going? Where does it come from? Cut and I join. Ooh, new music. Da, da. Okay, so there's a bunch of places uptown. Oh, there's a bunch of places up here I can't get to yet. This music is silly and I love it. First, we checked out some cool islands, which were full of dragons. We met the Dragon King, Bahamut, and he told us to do the Citadel of Trials and return with a token. Whatever that means, he didn't tell us what the token was supposed to be. I guess who's supposed to power us up if we do? We also discovered the town of Onrak, where people claim mermaids live in the sea nearby. One lady is suspiciously happy about her legs, and then another lady is suspicious about our legs. We also heard about someone having a caravan in the desert nearby. No, this is a different desert than the airship desert. Also, there was a lady with a submarine who says we still need something called oxyale to breathe underwater. A man named Kope told us about a metallic person that landed near a waterfall, so before we do anything we have to check that out. There we met a cool robot who had trouble speaking, but gave us a warp cube and mentions Tiamat. The desert where the caravan was supposed to be was nearby, so we went to check it out, and we got a bottled fairy. Then we discovered a town called Gaia, which is to the upper northeast of the map, and suddenly the fairy in the bottle flew out and left us. And they do great work. Okay, oh, Gaia. Oh. I'm glad my character knew what to do, because I didn't. Bye. Okay. I just got that fairy. I didn't even have a chance to do anything with it yet. We found her again at the spring in the town, and she gave us some oxyale as a reward. So apparently we were supposed to do this the whole time. We found a town called Lufenia, which we've been hearing about from people all game. But we can't speak to anyone here yet. And also none of their houses have doors. So we decided to go back to the place we got trapped in, the Citadel of Trials, and we don't get trapped this time. We went through the maze and obtained the rat's tail, which I guess Bahamut's going to eat? When we returned, Bahamut gave us his blessing, and we achieved our stronger forms. White Mage got some lovely red hair, but Black Mage took his hat off, which is a downgrade. I shall honor you with titles befitting your valor. Yeah, this is how we get the next level. Woo, 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 sparkles. Woo! Look at us! Oh, Black Mage is a face now. I don't like it. But still. Couldn't they made it more powerful looking and still be like the cool little face with the hat? And it's fine. I'm over it. I'm not over it. We used the submarine to go to the Sunken Shrine, the ruins of a civilization that the Kraken, which is the fiend of water, apparently destroyed 200 years ago. We rescued some more clothed than the NES version mermaids, and got the Rosetta Stone, which is probably for that town of people, which we couldn't understand. Then we got a little bit further, and we finally defeated the Kraken, and restored the water crystal, leaving only one crystal remaining. We were told by Une's still unknown brother to go see him with the Rosetta Stone, and he violently and very quickly taught us the Lufenian language. There's Un, though. I need to talk to you. Un! Ah! Did he just push you up against the wall? Un, calm down. Une, whatever the heck your name is pronounced. Calm the hell down. Ah! This is the Rosetta Stone. It makes it possible to decipher Lufenian. Yes, of course. That's what that was. It all makes sense. Here, allow me to express my gratitude by teaching you Lufenian. Just right now. Yes, God, I wish it was that easy. Yes. So we went back to that town, and now we can communicate. Although I still don't know why none of their buildings have doors. We find out that they are the descendants of the Sky People, and that our airship was built by a Lufenian called Sid. A random person who looked like everyone else in this town gave us the chime to enter the Mirage Tower, which is the way to access the Flying Fortress, where the Last Crystal and the Fiend of Wind, Tiamat, are. We entered the Mirage Tower and found lots of treasures and more robots. We got to the top and had to use the Warp Cube to get to the Flying Fortress, and boy, if I didn't already have that, I would have been really annoyed. Just in case. Doesn't hurt to be careful. Use the Warp Cube to travel beyond the sky. It will take you to the Flying Fortress. Oh, I could have come all this way without the Warp Cube and would have been screwed. That's good to know. Woo! Here we go! Teleport! Ooh, Flying Fortress. Different music. We got to the Flying Fortress and got adamantite. We said how cool it was, and then we forgot we had it almost immediately. We also saw where we probably had to go next, which is back to the beginning, the Chaos Shrine, which is where Garland was. From the observation window, you can look out on the entire world. Cool. Observation window looks out upon the world. The four forces of fire, earth, water, and wind appear as mist converging on a single point. A point at the center of the four altars. This must be the location of the Chaos Shrine. Oh. Okay. Final battle area. We got to the top and faced Tiamat, the many-headed dragon. We totally forgot to go back to speak to the 12 old guys that we talked to earlier and said to return after we had lit up all the crystals. And we also forgot about the adamantite, which we were apparently supposed to take the dwarves and get a pretty good weapon. But instead, we headed straight to the Chaos Shrine to see what was going on there. When we got there, as usual, we talked to the bats, and this time they talked back, saying that they were Lufenians who had tried to stop the fiends before, but had been turned into bats. The bats tell us that we have to go back in time 2,000 years now to stop the time loop, which are concepts that are just being introduced now and are kind of out of left field. But we go anyway, because we're the big dang heroes. We had to grind a bit because we were warned by a higher power, Chad, that the final boss is kind of a difficulty spike. After that, we headed towards the end boss, fighting a creature called Death Eye first, who went down even easier now that we were super powerful. We suddenly couldn't open boxes now, so we had to leave and restart the adventure from a previous save. Okay, I'm looking around. Oh, there's a box. Oh. What? What? I got excited for boxes, and I was denied. We had to battle all of the fiends again, none of which were challenges, and then we finally met Garland. Hey, Garland! Been a while, bud. Yeah, let's see if I can win. If I can't, my next session will be getting down here to fight again. But we're at level, what are we at? We're at level 48. So let's give it a shot. Most renowned knight of Cornelia. Yeah, I remember you, Garland. You kind of haven't shown up for the whole game. 2,000 years from now, you killed me. I am Garland. Oh, you did defeat me then, and then I never showed up for the rest of the game. But the four great forces saved me by sending me back through time. Once here, I sent the four fiends into the future, where they shall once again use the four great forces to send me into the past. Time loops. In 2,000 years, I will remember none of this. Oop, I got big. Ooh, and he's crossing his arms like a boss, I think. But I will be reborn again. But I will be reborn again here. I gotta make him deeper because he's big now. So even as you die again and again, I shall return. Born again into this endless cycle that I have created. Time for us to... Ooh, pretty! Confusing, but sure. He then transformed into his chaos form, and we had to lock the heck in. Chaos is a difficult fight, and I spent a lot of time healing and reviving people, while attacking with my magically enhanced warrior and casting flare with my wizard. It did not help when he cast haste on himself twice, and dispel magic just misses, apparently. So he was able to smack one of us down with each physical attack, and do group damage with his tsunami ability. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, why did that miss? I didn't know this spell could miss. Okay, Oh, I don't have... Oh, I should have used an elixir on you. Haste. If he can stack haste, we can stack haste too. I'm not panicking. I'm just concerned. Yeah, that's why I was concerned. He has 2 haste stacked. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that double haste is a pain. Warrior's not going to have all his stacks again. Okay. Okay, we're doing better. We're doing better. Unfortunately, all of his stacks are down. Warrior. Oh, I probably should have healed Black Mage. Okay. This, I might be screwed, but we're hanging in there. Okay, keep buffing. Keep buffing. Oh, nope. No. Keep everybody alive. Now I've got my flares back. Keep flaring. Yep. Come on. Oh! I did it! Yeah! I did it! I'm so happy. That was really scary. But eventually we came out on top and chaos was defeated. We went back to the future and no one knew what we had done because of time travel. I assume we killed Garland again, or Garland is good now, but no one really knows for sure. So that was Final Fantasy 1. I really liked it, and I'm glad I gave it a chance after all these years. There are some really funny quirks about the game that I also really enjoyed. Being able to do things out of sequence and then things just happening, like the fairy being brought back before I even knew she was missing from her town, or going to the Citadel of Trials and getting stuck there, realizing that I was supposed to talk to Bahamut first. That's not unique to this game, but I just kept doing it accidentally and it was really funny. There are tons of D&D references in this game. There are trolls that heal every turn, all the colors of dragons are represented with their breath weapons, there are Pisco demons and that are just fishy mind flayers, and then later they have creatures that are just straight up mind flayers. There are Sahagin that are just straight up Sahuagin. Merilith is represented. She's one of the fiends. And the fact that your magic users use spell slots instead of MP, which I didn't even know was a thing. I only played the later Final Fantasies, and I didn't realize that they had spell slots in the early games. You can tell this was before Final Fantasy started to make their own famous creatures and mechanics, but the inspiration was very strong from D&D, and every time I recognized a familiar monster or term, I got really excited. Another funny quirk about the game is that you aren't able to pass through NPCs when you're walking around towns, so you kind of just had to keep bumping into them until they got out of the way if they blocked you into a space. And some of the towns had narrow hallways where this happened quite a bit. Game. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Don't mean to push you out of the way, but you designed your city with very narrow streets. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you. Oh no, excuse me. Okay. Another interesting thing about this game that I really enjoyed is that you have a lot of armor and weapons that you keep in your inventory and don't equip, but you can cast magic with them without using your spell slots to save your spell slots for bigger spells. It's a very cool thing, and it's not a thing I've seen much in the later games, which gave you a reason to keep some of your items instead of selling them. This is kind of a quirk, but also more of an annoyance for me because I kept accidentally doing it, is that sometimes in the towns and the castles, there's no clear border on what the exit is, so I was always exploring the towns and I'd accidentally leave the town every time. And then just have to turn around and go back in, being like, oh, I thought that was a way. There was a way over there that I could go, and sometimes there is a way over there that you can go, but it's just not clear. This didn't really apply to me because in the Pixel remake, you can turn off encounters, but there are so many dungeons with winding paths, dead ends, and giant empty rooms, which were very obviously just made so that you would be forced to look for loot and end up fighting a lot more random encounters on the way. Which I know was a requirement because you would have to grind, but I feel like if they didn't, they just made the game a little easier and didn't make these giant rooms, it would kind of even out. But I would have to say if I couldn't turn off encounters in the Pixel remaster, that would probably drive me insane. Ow, ow, ow. Ow. Spicy floor, spicy floor. Here. Oh my god. Really? Really? It's just a... Hey, that's just a long hallway with a dead end. You guys making this game, that's cruel. Cruel. There's nothing here. Oh my goodness. What a mean thing to do. Also, a strange thing were these huge rooms that looped as you walked around them. You come back to the beginning, which implied that those rooms were spheres. It was something very strange anyway, but it was a quirk that I noticed that I really thought was interesting and something I haven't seen in the later Final Fantasy games after they started going away from pixel games. Another funny quirk that I really enjoyed in this game was that towards the end of the game, you just keep getting useless items in chests, like clothes and a staff, which aren't the items that you can cast spells with. It's just like the first items you have in the game that your characters come with, and I would be getting them in like the Flying Fortress, which is the second last area of the game. And it's just like, why are you giving me clothes? I'm never going to use these. More stuff. Protect cloak. Clothes. Still getting clothes in the final area of the game, eh? Still getting that clothes. Still getting those clothes. I just thought it was very funny because I'm like, you could put something cool in this chest, but you put clothes in it, but sure. And then, of course, a thing with many different RPGs, this is not unique to Final Fantasies, but some of the NPCs just saying funny things and being really quirky and really charming. And I did laugh at a lot of this game, like, and I don't know if all of it was intentional, but it was all quite funny. I did this already. Green girl. I love this green girl. I don't, sweetie, I would love to. You have to be more specific. I don't know who your dad is. But yeah, that was my review of the first Final Fantasy. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to play the others eventually. 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6. I've all played a little bit of 5 and 6, but the other ones are kind of completely new to me. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. I hope you're having a good day. If you aren't having a good day, I hope your bad day is over with soon. Bye-bye! What level is this? This is level 8. Stop, warp, and kill. Oof. It's like stop, drop, and roll, but it's stop, warp, and kill. Oh my god.